Last recipe is the chocolate pistachio Savarin. That's on page 7. So this one actually is one of my favorites. It has pistachio financier, and a financier is a traditional French cake, usually made with almond flour and brown butter, so it has this great nutty flavor. Here we use pistachio flour instead of the almond flour, and we put some pistachio paste in there to make sure it really tastes like pistachio. So that's the first recipe, the sour cherry marmalade. That just uses the sour cherry puree, some frozen cherries, and you cook that with glucose and pectin to about 103 degrees, almost like you're making a pat of food, you just don't cook it as high. Add your lemon juice at the end. That's an acid that will set the pectin. It's really important when you're using pectin to use an acid or it won't really work right. And then the sauce is just the marmalade thinned down with some of the sour cherry puree. And then the pot de crème au chocolat. I'm going to show you how to make that one too. And that's what the dome is on top of the financier. So for the pot de crème, it's another cooked cream. The dessert mix line is basically generally two types. We have the mousses, and then we have the cooked creams. So the pot de crème is also a cooked cream like the creme brulee. This actually is really good. We use it all the time here, especially for inserts for cakes, filling for tarts. There's really a lot you can do with this one. So same idea. I'm just going to take my cream with my mix and bring it to a boil, dispense it into my containers. The ratio for the pot de crème is 5 to 1 instead of 10 to 1. So if you're using 100 grams of cream, you're going to use 20 grams of the pot de crème instead of 10. But it's still really easy. You still don't really have to be good at math, because I'm not. So this I'm going to dispense into this dish. We're going to make a dessert later. And also into these flexi molds. By the way, these are twice as big. We just cut them all in half because we only have an oven that fits half sheet pans. So all ours are cut in half. One of our favorite things to do with this actually is to take a chocolate tart shell and make a caramel and put nuts in it, put it on the bottom, and then dispense this on top. And then maybe do some like chocolate mousse on top. It's so good. I like peanuts, but we don't use that many peanuts here because we're a bunch of Swiss people and they like hazelnuts. So we alternate back and forth. Peanuts one time, hazelnuts the other time.
Have you gotten Sunday? You can use all the peanuts you want.
You like peanuts, though. Yeah.
Peanuts and beer. I'm not peanuts and chocolate.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm getting used to it slowly. All right.
It's only been what, 25, 30 years.
Did you see the fancy thing she has?
Do you see my whisk? Someone told me that, like, to get this whisk, and then once I used it, I would never use another whisk again. And they're right. Like, I can't live without this whisk now. I love it. It, like, scrapes the bottom and incorporates everything.
It's like a marriage.
So I can see it's already started to set up a little bit, but it's still going to be liquid. Give me time to pipe into all my molds here. So we'll fill the flexi molds first.
Do you have a
a white chocolate mousse line as well?
Yeah, we also have a white chocolate two-step mousse and a one-step mousse. The one-step mousse is you just put everything in the bowl and you don't fold them with cream later. They're not quite as stable, so they're great like in a mousse cup or something, but if you're going to freeze it or use it as like a cake filling, the two steps are better. We also have a neutral mousse, which for this one, you'll see in the recipe we use a neutral mousse. We flavor it with coconut puree, so it's a coconut mousse, which you'll get to taste later.